All right, it's going. Should be up in a second. What's up? Bitcoin
What
Net.
up?
Bitcoin Net.
A lot of that going on
Come
nowadays.
on. You're not that.
Stop.
You're not
Boys
that
and girls.
excited this late.
I'm trying to wake myself up. I
Yeah,
was already asleep on the couch.
it's late for you guys. For me, it's like the middle of the day.
What time is it there in Aloha Land?
3:30.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, except it's hot. Super hot.
Oh, really? We're in the 50s this week here in old East Coast, Mid-Atlantic.
Yeah, it's probably about 94 here and humid.
It's always good trading weather, though. Come on, boys.
That's right.
All right. So, what do we got going on today? What are we going to be covering, Toots?
Well, we're going to get into a bull bear look, a little thing that Hove and I have done in the past in our little live streams we used to do together, where there's, as we talked about in the last stream, there's not a lot of times that we really like inherently disagree on a chart. And when we do on a macro look, it's kind of nice that we can sort of show how the same type of analysis, people that work the same way, think the same way, can have differing opinions. And we disagree really strongly on the S&P macro outlook. And, there is some confluences there. And, these ideas will go in the same direction for a time, but they're quite different in generally. And so we're going to do a little bull bear look and sort of flow on that. And we've got Monty here and Erie. They're not really going to give us their perspective on that, but I'm sure they'll give us a hard time about it at some point.
No, we will give you our opinions, though.
Oh yeah, we're the chirp. We're gonna chirp like little birds.
They will be completely uneducated. I mean,
Uneducated.
unbiased.
That's what we are.
Okay. I like
That's
the
what we
first one
are.
better.
They're definitely going to be roasting us, that's for sure. But these were like super fun back in the day. We did a bunch of these way back in the day, and it was always a good little back and forth, and members seemed to like it. So we decided this is what we're going to do for this one. But before we get into that, we wanted to thank everybody that has signed up on the website. We're completely blown away by the response. We've seen all the emails coming in and all the Discord. So we just want to let you know we haven't missed them. We're just working hard behind the scenes to get the website done, get the back end stuff ready. And once that's all set up, we'll let you guys know. But we're going to be making a special founders role for you guys that will come with a few additional perks as a thank you for the support. So we really appreciate it. Keep an eye out for that, and you won't want to miss it. And then with that, I'll let Toots take it away.
Yeah, man, we're definitely looking forward to our founders. So get on the train. Make sure you sign up. And like you said, we're seeing the signups and we're loving it. Don't worry, we're coming at you. This website's just got to get up and online. All right, hold on. Let me clear my throat real quick. And I actually have the exact wrong chart up. This is Rivian. If you're interested in Rivian, we're going to post a video that I already upload. I'm uploading later after this. So yeah, stay tuned.
I actually saw one for the first time. They do exist.
Oh, so, dude, they're all over.
I've seen a couple. Yeah,
not in Texas. I saw one. I mean, we all had just big ass trucks with gas.
Yeah, do you guys even believe in electric cars there?
No, but Tesla's here, so that's cool.
Only the Cybertruck.
I did a little. I've been doing some research on electric trucks, and I like the Rivian. I do, but I'll be honest. I like that Lightning better. I think it's a better truck.
Ford?
Oh yeah.
I like the Ford F-150.
Yeah, Lightning.
Stick with it. No, just gas.
Oh, okay. Yeah, me too. But if we're talking electric, that thing could power my house. Anyway, nobody cares about that. But I got to get my Tesla solar panels up, and then I'm just living in the middle of suburbia, off the grid, baby. Anyway, So yeah, I just opened up my ES chart. This happened to be where I am. This is something I've been looking at. Should we even talk about this? This is actually something that I kind of sidebarred in my last video. Can I sidebar?
Dude, go ahead.
Now?
Yeah, do whatever you want.
All right. So I mean,
you have the floor, my man.
Okay. So this is an hour lead chart, and really I could have it on 5 minute. So it's not exactly the macro that we were talking about at the beginning there, but, this is a trade setting up on the ES that is a perfect example of the way I trade. I don't know about you guys. You can tell me what you think. Is that this is to me a great long right here. Just from what you see on my chart, I'm just curious, you guys, the room, from what this crap I'm showing, does this look like a good long to you guys?
I mean, I think so. It's a pretty good golden pocket with a channel boundary line tag. And if I'm wrong and this isn't an ABC up, that could potentially be a 1-2-1-2. And then you're looking for that long up to the third, which would be a 1-6-1-8 or that -1 algo target you got up there. So it's a good trade RR wise for sure.
Yeah. And I'll take it. I'm thinking exactly like you do. I have this as a more significant low. I didn't have it as a zigzag. Of course, now, and I said this in the video that's going to get uploaded later. Man, the freaking allergies are coming in. Hold on. Got to clear the throat. You didn't hear that, right?
Nope.
Nah.
I just gave a
2-second dump right on the money.
That's right. But in the sidebar I just did in that video, I said that the way this has played out, the probabilistic scenarios, as you said, it could be 1-2-1-2, it could be a W, it could be and it could be a finish zigzag. Of course, there's more scenarios that have it going up from here than down from here, but the highest probability by a decent margin when you see a pattern like that is a finish zigzag. But I don't even necessarily care about that. I do care about that here, right? But then when I've seen what I've seen, like you say, into the corrective channel boundary at the golden corner pocket at this point of confluence, if we zoom out here, we got this, at least in this range, we're at the low volume point, right? Which can typically be a decent little spot to turn. To me, the way I like to trade it is you could pick a pivot here, and you can, let's just say whatever your normal risk amount is, and we won't even get into that. You come on, join the Discord. We can talk about that sort of stuff. You can ratchet that way down and try to pick a binary entry. And sometimes, just sometimes, it'll break through and stop you out and then go in your direction if you do it right, but not that often. Certainly not enough that you can just say, take a fifth of your normal position size, take a really binary entry, really fine tune this and get it down, work on your Elliott, work on these other things that we teach. And really, right now, maybe I'm not even like thinking, I didn't do this in the other, like I have, I'm not, it's off hours. I'm not currently setting an entry up, but just even to algo target 1, I can get this over 20 risk to reward. So if it's 1/5 position size and you get a 23 risk to reward, it's more than a normal winner if you hit it. And if you lose it because you see this potential for the zigzag, okay, I lost a fifth of my normal position size. Like, I don't care, because I don't even care about losing my normal risk, right? I care, but that's my perspective.
What's the old saying about algos and Elliott wave?
What is the old saying?
Algos don't give a shit about Elliott wave.
That's right. They sure don't.
Algos will just keep playing it.
Yep.
So
but it is to note, we did miss this target here. And then, so I don't want to get too much inside baseball and the teaching stuff, but let's just say that is a consideration as well.
So I would actually probably avoid this trade myself, not because of the setup itself. It's a great algo setup on that.
I know why you would.
Yeah, it's you got it. Draw that right on there, and then put it into a shift for me too. It's fallen out of the pitchforks, which I used to really fine tune my entry. So I don't have a good way to fine tune it and get that 20-1 stop that I like to trade.
Okay,
that's just me.
Doing
because you are looking for that. I know you're looking for that 20-1. You're looking for that really high RR as well.
So I'm going to give away a little secret here that I'm going to start hammering to people when they get to Discord, though. 3-to-1 is not an acceptable risk to reward ratio in my book.
I mean, same.
It isn't. You have to have, I feel like you got to have at least 5 and really like 8 or 10-to-1 so that you can take profit early and still have good. There's just so many things going on. I don't think 3-to-1's enough. I'll stop there.
I'm happy with 5. I'm happy on 5, but bigger than 5.
I'm very aggressive. I mean, you know how I trade. Yeah. I look for home runs or losers. Like I really don't have a lot of. I don't just grind out $1,000 wins.
And a lot of what I do like to enter on are like what I find to be super high probability. So if I find it's like a super high probability setup, I'll be happy to accept potentially a lower RR, right? And then of course me, I'm looking for the higher RR and that probability. That's where you can start. I just talked about taking your sizing down. You can start sizing up.
I'm just going to start calling Erie Babe Ruth because is that home runs or strikeouts?
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much like that's my like risk management philosophy.
Hit that inside pitchfork there, Tuds.
It's too low.
Yeah, I was going to see if it.
You're going to see if we call
that would be more.
It would probably be hitting the outside of it now, or soon, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, we hit the outside of it. Maybe for a reaction play, but at that point, this setup that I'm talking about is totally out the window. Right. Yeah. So
now here's I'm going to say one more thing, and then we'll get on to what we're actually doing. Take a full pull on that algo there.
You mean the whole move, the whole 3?
Yeah.
Right, let's just. I got to clean up. I can't help myself. Got to clean up. All right, hold on.
Just go straight for the trash can, man.
Okay. So and then did I still need that insight on there?
Yeah. See there, I like. It's probably not going to happen with the timing on it, but even a shift. See if that kind of looks a little better there. No. Okay.
No.
Yeah, but those are the kinds of things that would keep me out of that trade personally.
Yeah.
But
fair enough. Trade. Fair enough. See, and this is what you get coming to the TFTs. You get different perspectives. Hove and I are very similar. Obviously, like again, we're about to show you we can disagree, but like Erie and Monty are nothing like us and nothing like each other, really, to a certain degree.
No. I mean, it's really interesting because we really did develop our styles like in conjunction with each other with a lot of feedback from the other person, and like. We're both like, hey, what do you think about this? And sometimes I was like, I hate it, and Monty's like, I don't think it works. But
we're kind of like Fast and the Furious, when Dom and Brian were together, and all of a sudden they just went off. They just went to left and right. One died, and
wow.
and Toretto, myself, obviously, big swole over here. I went to the right, and Erie went to the left,
and I crashed into a palm tree at 300 miles an hour.
Wow, let's carry on.
Yeah, let's get moving here. So
macro S&P,
macro S&P, macro to a degree, right? So from my perspective, at this high, you guys have seen my videos. If you haven't, check out my YouTube. I don't believe I've talked this asset on this one yet, but we will today. I mean, we briefly touched on it. No, we didn't get to it last time, right? At all.
No, I think we might have kind of talked about it for like a minute or two, but we ran so long last time. The plan was to get the ES, but it was already like 2 hours into it, and we were still like on Bitcoin. So
yeah,
we didn't talk about it at all.
And now we're 20 minutes in and we're just getting to the topic. So anyway, this is my count. And to just keep it shorter is that I think that the all-time 1-2 was from 2000, the tech crash, all the way to a big flat that ended in the 08 GFC, right? So, and I think everybody agrees that was a flat, I would imagine. But I think the difference is that Hove probably has that as a 4, and we can go back to that. And he thinks we finished 5 here. And I think we finished another 1-2.
Cycle level.
Yes,
5, yeah.
cycle all time. Oh, you're not all time?
Oh, it's all time.
Oh, all time 5th here. Yeah. And I think
grand super cycle.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
And I think that was 00 to 08. And I think that the 1-2 from there ended in the 2020 crash. And it would have been much deeper, and we wanted it to be much deeper, expected it to be, but money printer went burr. So we got what we got. And it really kind of ended up to be sort of a beautiful pattern here. And that I think that this is a 1-2 of the third wave of all time. So this is the 1 of the third of all time. This is the 1-2 of the third of all time. And we are going ham when this ends. So in that vein, I have us finishing up a triple zigzag in this range. You can see the targets. Yeah, that's what I've got. And so my primary projections, let's just get this out of here real quick. We'll redraw a couple things just because this is messy. I don't want to get rid of that. We can just drag this over. Let's see. So then let's just draw the important one here, which is sort of the distinguishing factor between Hove and I, is this 1-1. And I'll let Hove talk about his count, but I think that before I get there, this is sort of the Mendoza line. If we get through this target 2, then that's when Hove's count really comes into play, and I do start to become worried about it. Currently, I'm not worried about it because we haven't met that expectation yet, and I'll let him explain that. But right now, triple zigzag from the high, 3-wave move here, W, X, Y, X. And I wanted this to be the Z, but we've just put in it's a 5-wave move down. So but I do think that this is a rally that will sustain. In any event, I don't think that we've formed an adequate retracement of this impulse yet, and I expect that we will. So no matter what, I think that I don't know if we can fluence here or not, but I think no matter what, we should, I think long is a good trade right now, and that's why we were talking about that little lower time frame trade. I'm looking at long trades, and that's sort of my perspective. What you got, Hove?
I'll let the other guys jump in.
Okay, yeah. And then I guess before we switch off of me, you got to make sure Monty tells your screen's up.
Yeah, he's up already, but we can talk a little bit if we want. But I just have levels, of course. So timing-wise or Elliott wave doesn't matter to me. But I've got 34.03 is where I think the next pivot's going to be. But we'll see. I don't track this too much.
34.03. So we already have pivoted here at 35. You just mean we're going to stay internal.
Yeah. I mean, I've just got a level there and an algo, and I'll just wait till it hits it.
So you don't think about path into these levels, about how you're not concerned about how it gets there, the turns and twists and turns on the way.
Not really. I set an alarm, and when it goes off, I go, ooh. That's been the easiest for me, because if not, then I'm like, oh, I'll do this one, and then, oh, never mind. So let it hit
the only thing I'm kind of looking at from an Elliott wave perspective is we've got in your, let's see, WXYX, in your Z wave, I guess, your A of your Z, what are your thoughts as to why we're not still in a 4 of that? Because that seems like a pretty short 4.
Yeah, absolutely.
Short 4.
Yeah, we could be. Let's see. And I talked about this, I think, on my channel. Let's get down here to 15. And that's definitely and absolutely a potential. But basically, yeah. So, well, I have this as a nice impulse.
We were on the rig.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, okay. Let me know when you're back.
Hove. I did the thing.
You did the thing. Right,
Am I supposed to be talking? Okay.
No, he was on your chart because we faked him out. Let me know when I'm up.
You're up.
All right. So basically, I have it as so. This is obviously a flat. This market loves flats, and you like to observe alternation. But I'd like to say that this is clearly a flat that has acted as a sharp. So I feel observed alternation here, although if this were to get more complex, absolutely even better. That would end, near, you would expect the terminus. And this is definitely on the radar. Can I get that? Okay. So you wanted it to end near the terminus of this wave 4. We haven't made that. So this would be really short. And, I got this as an impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty strongly. That's one of the big reasons. And the other reason is one of the other reasons is I always look for in the shape of an impulse, the momentum structure. Get rid of this, of divergence in the 5th wave from the 3rd, terminus of the 3rd. Let's get out here so we have very nice divergence formed from, this would be internal to the 3rd of the 5th. And then of course from not there, I guess double bottom from the 3rd. So basically I'm happy with the look of this and this as an impulse to call it a finished 5 swing move.
Double flats, huh?
Yeah. And you do see this in this market, especially when they act as because as we know, what is typically a sideways correction can act as a sharp, and what is typically a sharp correction can act as a sideways. And you see it typically the other way, where you get a really drawn out zigzag with a deep retracement. But I think in this case,
I'm not going to lie, that's kind of what I'm seeing happening in real time right here. I'm kind of seeing like an A wave. We got a B coming in, and maybe a little C trickles down over the next week or so.
When you say real time, what time frame are you talking?
Like the hard right edge of the market. So I do see an impulse where you see one there as a 5, but if you call that an A, we've put in a B wave, and we're working on our C back down to kind of create.
Oh, you have this as a finished B here.
Yeah, but at a lower degree.
Okay. Oh, it would be A. I don't know.
So you've got your 4 would be the A wave or the W wave, and then you've got an A, B, C in progress, and then you'd create another.
That could be a thing. Yeah, that could be a thing. So what he just said basically would be that this is I guess you would have this as a flat. Wait,
right.
No, wait, we can't have a flattened down here. So it would be flat impulse?
Flat impulse, zigzag impulse to create a higher degree zigzag for like next wave in a sideways combination. So that'd be a flat.
So it'd be, so this would be
real
A,
complex, real
5, 3, 5, A, or B, C. Okay, sorry. So
yes. Yeah, that's exactly.
So it'd be A, 1, so 5, 3, 5, B, C is what he said.
That's what I'm looking for there with that longer time frame.
And yeah, because this is the time frame on that 4 is a little short. However,
it's breaking the channel now. Yeah,
it's breaking now. But yeah, absolutely, I could see that. It very well could be.
And that's obviously from the conversation at the very start, where I'm still kind of a little bearish here. Like that would kind of fit with the LA wave and my just pitchfork.
And your bias.
So yeah. Where do you think, because this is like the 2 for you. This is completed correction at the bottom of your C wave, and we're off for like new highs. So where do you think that we're gonna land? I'm gonna hold you to this number.
Land.
Call the top. Call the top for the next 20 years.
Wait.
Call
land
bottom.
Out.
Bottom.
Okay.
After the C wave. After the C wave.
So I got you.
After the C, but for the C, you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I wish the B was done, so I could, because really this is really, projections in my mind until that B are done are kind of shit. But let's just propose there. I mean, I'm going to go with the 1-to-1, which is the primary expectation.
300's the low.
Yeah. Target 2.
Ooh, that's real close.
33. I'm gonna say 3330.
You must believe in the current administration. That's for damn sure.
I don't think about that stuff. I just think about charts, man.
3156.
3156 is you.
Is the alt is the and then we're off, or you're just saying that's just the level where we pivot?
No. Well, if that's near yours. I'm saying that's where I think we'll stop. I think so. I say 3165 for the low.
I think we should take out that COVID low.
Ooh, buddy, that's
low.
Way down there.
Ooh, wee.
Before any sort of substantial retracement?
No. Before any new highs.
Okay.
But hey, remember, I don't even have the screen in front of me. I'm just talking.
I think Gary's going to be on my side on this one.
So yeah, that would that COVID low would completely invalidate my entire idea. So why don't we get into Hove's idea?
That guy to show us his ideas.
Yeah.
All right. Let me know what I'm on.
I'm gonna bring you up on my screen.
All right.
I'm gonna say at the last chance is 2851. So can't go
2851.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So
if we get that deep, I'm probably totally flip flopped. Yeah.
You're going to me.
Probs.
So if I'm looking at this as a cycle level correction, which we talked about before, I guess my biggest thing, I'm going to go in on the daily real quick. The biggest reason I don't like this as a multi-zigzag is because every single one of these legs looks much more like an impulse than it does in ABC. Here I can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of it. Here I can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of it. And they even subdivide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this one, if you're looking at the same thing I am, 1, 2, 3, then this is our fourth. We're still putting it in. And then we'll get our fifth for a push down to this $3,300 level before we get a significant bounce, in my opinion. You guys there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm with you 100%. I really like the look of this as an expanding diagonal a lot better, but I hard disagree with you. I think these look clearly three wave. I think that the fifth wave even looks like a three wave. It's just too short to be done.
You're talking about here?
Yeah, well, so I think your one wave looks like your one is a three wave move to me. The three is a three wave move to me, and the five, if you were to put the five at the very bottom, is currently a three wave move to me as well. So I just like it as a regular old ABC, like 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3.
But we're splitting hairs there a little bit, right? Because if it's an expanding diag, the internal subwave structure needs to be one way. Wave one is a zigzag. Wave two is a zigzag. Wave three is a zigzag. Wave four. Every wave needs to be a zigzag in order to be an expanding diagonal, right?
But I think he's calling it a leading expanding diagonal.
Leading expanding diagonal.
You still need the three wave substructure.
No, you can have the 535 for leading. Any leading can be 535 or 333.
Disagree with that?
Yeah, I do.
All right. Well, that's where we disagree.
Oops.
But I mean, the subdivision right here, I have this. We might be in a lower degree fourth for this third still. Looking at it here, let me pull this chart over real quick. Looking at it as this is the chart that I've posted probably like 10 times on Twitter because nothing has really changed. So I'm still trying to give updates. But the subdivision, to me, I mean, this looks like 5 waves right there. And then this one looks like 5 waves because you get this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So have you got a leading diagonal in your leading diagonal?
No. Where's the leading diagonal?
The 1 and the 4 definitely over that.
I mean, that's nothing more than a wick on a high time frame, which is valid for ES. It doesn't have it.
It is leverage, but it's also highly liquid. Who knows? Yeah.
When you look at this one, it looks completely different. This is just the regular SPX.
Okay. Yeah, without the overnight stuff. And that's
yeah.
Okay.
So it barely has that overlap. But
right.
So yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
I'm with you. I just think it's threes all the way.
Well, so fair enough.
I'm taking the point position.
All right. And then I think within the next few days to maybe a week, we're going to get this hard sell-off going into Halloween time, end of the month, right before the elections. And then we'll likely get a bounce that is, let me pull out a little bit. I think it's going to be a couple weeks to a couple months of rally, but it's not going to be that high of a rally. I think if we get down to here, say, we're just going to go conservative with this 1-to-1 just to make sure this is valid. I mean, that's what Toots was mentioning earlier. It has to get to this 33, 35 level for this expanding diag to be valid. But once we get there, I'm going to go basically 1-to-1. And I would say that we're going to get a bounce probably into, let me move this real quick. Whoops. Just to clean it up. Probably into this area. Might be a little short of this 618, but between that 618 and 50, I would say right around there over a couple weeks. So we'll call it a Santa rally. And then we're going to turn over, and I really feel like minimum for me is 2,800 in reality. Let's go back to my pulled out macro view real quick. Where is it? I mean, I'm looking at QQQ as well. It's got this same little look for that last wave down. The NASDAQ looks exactly the same to me for that one push down to the algo target. But let me find the one I was going to pull up. I have so many freaking charts. All right, zoom out on this one. I think, let me push this up. There's that 1-to-1. In my opinion, I think we're going to get that $2,800 level. I think that's probably the minimum for me. We could even see lower than that.
I like the bottom of that range that you've got there.
Right here?
Yeah, I think that's, I was being a little provocative saying breaking the COVID low, but I like that 2,500.
And if it does get a push up to that level, we'll say that 50 or 618, that's a perfect 1-to-1 right where you're talking about.
What's that green 3 at the top of the price?
It was another count that I'm following, where this was a 1-2, and then this is with the third finish. And this would have been a flat here as opposed to having this as a impulse going up. So it's just a different count that I'm following, and I had a fib pull on that one as well.
Gotcha.
So I mean, this is definitely getting inside baseball. I can't look at that and not really I kind of think expanding triangle when I see that.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
This thing right here.
Yeah. That thing.
My problem, I mean, they're throughout
it gets so big, but I mean, it's big for a flat too.
Yeah. So there's one way back here in
the
60s or 70s. That's
the first one I ever saw.
Yeah. My main problem with it is just how expanded it is. I usually try to stick to that 1,217. Yeah. It is massive.
If you were to go that route, I don't think it is at all, but because I do believe that the COVID knife down was an impulse. Yeah. And I do believe that the move up is an impulse. But if we are going that way, the typical expectation is that alternating subwaves in an expanding triangle would be 1,618 relationship. So what would be the A, B, C, and this is the D? And then the E is coming down. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah. The E's
okay. So if that's the case, then it would be A, B. So the 1,618.
Oh, shit. That big. I was thinking he was saying just this micro from 2018 to the COVID low was.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's the one. Sorry.
Okay.
So Toots was saying this was like A, B, C, D, and then E's going to be way down here. I was like, damn.
No, that is way out of control. I'm not going.
So yeah, that's just I guess the since I was about to drop it, is that you expect the expanding triangle that, just the rough expectation is that alternating subwaves will be related by 1618 and the golden ratio. But if they're over, what is it? I think I'm trying to remember. This is like super.
I want to say 2.0 is the number.
Is it 2? I was going to say 2618.
No, because it was weird when I saw it.
Yeah,
like I've never seen that before.
Okay, then we're out. Then we're per guideline, we're outside. Yeah,
and
expanding diags or triangles are so rare, and to see two of them in a chart is even more rare.
Well, I mean,
I can definitely see it.
Of the asset.
Yeah. I can definitely see it. Like James has brought this up a couple times, and
if you can break it down to like a 4 hour. Are you on the daily?
I'm on the weekly.
I go down to a 3 day on it because I think if you look at that COVID dump, it gives me a pretty good like. I feel like there's a reasonable argument for a 3-wave move there. You got that.
Yeah, I mean, remember all the stuff, the circuit breakers. Like I remember sitting in Voice doing lives when this was happening with Hove and you and Monty, all 4 of us anyway. And we were saying at the time,
flashback.
Like, yeah, right. All these circuit breakers, like this is not going nearly as deep as it should. Like I don't necessarily, because I'm tracking human sentiment, mass market sentiment, and they turn off the lights, so we didn't get to see the cockroaches scurrying. And
right, they shut down human sentiments so that people had a chance to calm down instead of freaking out.
Exactly. They interfered with it, and in my opinion, that is supposed to be an expanded flat, and that C should have been
with a really aggressive C.
Yeah, and that C should be down at the the 2016 lows.
Yeah, that's
where it's supposed to be.
Like I don't. That's why I just kind of threw that out there, and I knew I was getting into the weeds and into history that doesn't really matter anymore. But
I think it's good.
It's an interesting concept that could happen, because at the time I kept waiting for the fourth, and we just kept going up.
Yeah, Yeah. I mean,
so
you can see it right here. It looks like
that's a 3-wave because there's no 4 in it. Like those are all subwave size moves to me, and I'm like, okay, we're getting our 4 here, and then it just went to new highs, and I got pretty wrecked on that move up.
Well, they just kept printing, filling them ducats. But even this one out here, this looks like 5 waves, and if that's the A wave of a triangle, you would expect it to be an ABC or multi-zigzag.
My eyeballs and yours are apparently very different, because I see one move down, a big move back up, and then I see ABC right there, like clear ABC.
This looks more ABC than this one does. This looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah. I'm just... Yeah,
but it could be a flat. I mean, you could go back and justify the flat and then say there was a 3-wave move before. I mean, we're really getting we're kind of getting off topic.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. This is what happens with high level Elliott wave crap.
And these are good discussions to have, and they are, like, especially theoretically and things like that. But when it comes to trading, everything that we're talking about now, you shouldn't be thinking about, in my opinion, personally.
Yeah, I mean,
when it comes to trading,
this would be.
I'm gonna plug TFT here for a second. This is why, if you join us, you will literally be one of the best Elliott wave people in the world. There's probably a few hundred people in the world who really understood the conversation that we just had. I'm sorry to sound smug and an asshole, but that was really way beyond what I should have brought up, and I apologize.
It's good. Somebody appreciated it. Somebody appreciated it.
Somebody, and you know what? One of those 100 people is listening tonight. I know that because we got a lot of
I'm sure we got a couple people that, or at least even if they missed a couple things, because we could have gone even deeper than that. So I bet the people that I feel like the people that pay attention to us are kind of like
they are.
They're all right.
Far above average.
Yeah. Anyway,
so the good news and bad news.
Let's see some simple shit.
Is that I think we're within a week of finding those lows, and then we're going to get that nice pivot for a push up, and that's our little Santa Claus rally. But
you said that it's going to run a little shallow. I could also see it running a little higher than you expect to because of the Santa Claus rally idea. Like, just go ahead and keep pushing it up to 2/3 of the way back for the whole move.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I just feel like this area right around here is going to be heavy support or heavy resistance. But man, what we've seen all the time is everybody sees the same thing. This is the area to short, and then it gets that nasty move up, and then it just turns into a nasty wick, and it just fades.
Yeah.
But
December CPI probably.
Yeah, and this could actually be the low pivot for Bitcoin, because we might find that low and Bitcoin could push higher. Exactly. And it might not break the low when this comes down for that C. I guess it really depends on how strong this goes, but this could potentially be the pivot low for Bitcoin.
Do we what time is it? 10:18. So remember how we started this with where I kind of off ramped onto a small time frame potential ES trade?
Yeah, let's see.
I got a Bitcoin trade that I like way better than
that. Monty, did you want to show something?
Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna show one thing, but
go ahead. Show yours.
Hang on. I just put yours up. And
you're not sharing to the call, bub.
Yeah, it's okay. You'll be able to see it. So this is just a Monty fork. So it's a 3-day, literally goes all the way back to the dinosaur. Have y'all seen this little dinosaur?
Yeah, I just saw that for the first time.
This is the very beginning.
I was thinking about that earlier. It looks like that long neck dinosaur. What's that thing called?
Brachiosaurus. Brontosaurus or Brachiosaurus, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, that's a 3-day line chart. And now I've got my...
Get rid of the dinosaur. I'm looking on the stream.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. You're just on the delay.
I was saying that the ES looks like that. Look at you. Zoom out a little, Monty.
That is ES.
He's just saying it looks like the little long neck right here. Like it's got the legs.
Wait, where are you watching Monty right now?
On the YouTube studio thing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Zoomed out, that looks like the body to the left over there, and then the big ass long neck.
It does.
But anyway, this is the Monty fork where I've got the OG, shift, modified, and all that. So you can see on the 3-day, literally didn't test this here coming through it. But then it tested it here, and now we're trying to hold here. So, and then look what's underneath here. So, big level if we end up losing this. So,
I can't see on my phone. What's that down there?
3081.
If it drops straight to it.
Well, yeah, it looks like it. This is a 3-day, so I mean,
that's probably more. It's probably more if it lose the level. That's probably more for your. What was your number? 31
something, yeah. But I mean, you can see here on the 3-day we haven't hit this outer parallel of the shift right here, so I could see it. I mean, if we get down to here, look what's right in here. You got a golden zone right here at that outer parallel. So anyway, that's just kind of how I've been doing it. Just this Monty fork, and I've got some other crazy shit, but we won't.
You don't trade this chart, do you?
No, I use it more for. That's why I look at daily and 3-day or something like that. Where it's like, should I be shorting crypto? Or should
this
I be
is
longing?
Like my favorite chart. It really is one of my favorite charts.
I pay a little bit more attention to NQ than ES.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
But that's just a product of what I trade, though. So
I like NQ as well, but the ES charts I like better. So
this has been my, well, it hit the 10,176 almost to the dot that I had. And
NQ looked like a Head and Shoulders that just retested the neckline. I posted that the other day.
It doesn't look good.
Yeah, on the 13th, I had it leveled 10,176, and it's hit it, but I could still see it sweeping and then regaining before it comes back up to like 12.6 to 12.8 maybe. But
so one thing that we all confluence on that we kind of got dinged, we apparently we all agreed too much, or we all had the same analysis in the last one they said, which we all had the same sort of opinion on what we were talking about, but we all arrived there very differently. But this time we disagree, but there's something that all of us seem to kind of agree with, is that the bottom is not in yet, even for a major pivot. But it's coming soon for a major pivot, right?
I think that's a good summary.
Yeah,
I think so. You want to go ahead and put yours on for the Bitcoin?
Yeah, maybe just talk about this little Bitcoin, just this little ditty.
Seeing that divergence too on higher time frames for the ES. And then I don't know if you saw this, but the POC on that chart is down at that $2,800 level, $2,600 level that Erie and I were talking about.
Yeah, I did see that on your other chart. That definitely.
Never going back. Sticking to my guns.
You're up, by the way.
All right. Okay. So this is, I don't want to get into too much detail with this, but because it's the way, but basically just, we could say, suffice to say, most of September and October now has been trash price action. But one thing that we do have is that we basically have been putting in pretty safely saying we've been putting in 3-wave moves, and we finished this low down here, and there's a lot of let's say context around it. This low is kind of nice for a bit of a pivot, nothing crazy. Potentially could be better, but I don't think it's anything crazy. I do think that this is probably a C wave, especially based on everything we see. 3, and then 3, and then 3, and then 3, and then this is 5, and likely to have another 3. But then you see what happens after these. So take it with a grain of salt. Don't go crazy. They get once it hits target, it could very well reverse quickly. But we have a 5-wave move off the low that doesn't fit as a C of any type. At least not one that I would say is a probable setup. So we have this 5-wave move. We have a move contained within a corrective channel that looks like it's shaping up as a 3-wave. I think just like the ES, you get to the bottom of the corrective channel, you get to some lower degree algo target swings, you get the 618 pullback. And it's the same exact type of setup, so I won't go into the details, where you can really fine tune, pick a pivot, and really make money. And that's the way my favorite way to trade, pick pivots. So I think I'm looking for one coming up. And you know what? If it doesn't present itself, I'm not that picky that I won't, spread a net out. Let's put it that way. But I think that we're going to have a nice little move back to test the top of this trading range.
Have you looked at the CME chart for Bitcoin?
Not in a while.
It makes a new low, like new major low on that last move down.
I'm looking at your chart, but the stream isn't.
Yeah, you're up now.
Oh, okay. So it makes this new low where the other prior low was all the way over here, which makes this look a little bit more diagonally than what the price action of Bitcoin looks like, which is just like a bunch of garbage. Like that is, sorry, the charts are messy. I'm just picking random ones, but that is like trash. Ugly trash. But CME paints a nice little picture.
You know what? It isn't a bad little on the Bitcoin, you'd say the Bybit chart or something. What it isn't a bad look of is an accumulation range. It looks like a little bit of an accumulation range. And again, that doesn't mean when you get an accumulation range, it doesn't mean that, that means bottom's in. It just means that it's setting up for something could sustain to the other direction, or to the upside anyway.
I mean,
it looks like you kind of agree with this trade idea that I just talked about.
We've been talking about it for the last since Thursday or Friday. I'm still in the same long that I took Friday.
Yeah, you caught the bottom. I wasn't paying attention, so I've been waiting to get in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm holding that to because it potentially, the other one is so complex. It's so hard to find a good bottom count on the regular chart that seeing something like this, I can see, all right, well, maybe this was the one and I'm going to catch this third for this A and then kind of figure it out. Cause this might not be the third of A for a huge bounce up to that $24,000 level, but it could be a C and then it starts to roll over for those new lows. Now, if we're going off of what we think for the ES, I don't know how much potential this has to the upside. So I'll be looking to take profit fairly quickly, probably at the algo target, and then kind of figure things out from there.
I think what is that, 20,500 or so?
Yep, that's about where I'm at. 20,350 is my level.
Profit target area. I mean, you look at the volume profile, like everything is basically there. Just all the wicks that are at that level. I mean, I'd have a hard time holding on to a profit trade, trying to ride it for more at that point.
I will say this, what Hove just had drawn on Bitcoin confluences quite nicely with my current thoughts on the ES sustaining a rally for that B.
See, I think if we push out of this range, we're going to get a little further than we expect, like maybe 22 to 24. If we're going to head down for that capitulation fifth. I feel like everyone's going to say, oh, this was a typical accumulation low, so they're all going to get hot and heavy when it sweeps the high, and then you're going to have shorts that are piling on.
I can dig that, Monty. I can definitely dig that, because sort of the idea that I would have if we have made a low here is, because I was looking for the potential for an ending diagonal to end, for me, would end the Bitcoin correction. But this has not been, this isn't enough. So to me, this would end up being a 1 of a fifth. Mm-hmm. So yeah. And if it is the 2 for a diagonal of that magnitude, the range you were just talking is perfect.
I mean, the CME chart is pretty nice looking when you look at it. It's much more clear than the regular Bitcoin chart. So I have it as that could have been a completed fifth of the third. So if we're looking at it that way, I'll just do this.
Well, I'm also looking at the dollar index.
Pivot could be. I think is right in line with that $2,400 level or $24,000 level.
Yeah, so that's kind of where I think.
If
we move up here, I think the dollar's going to drop soon. I mean, it's been following. I'm going to put my chart up real quick.
Been thinking that for a year.
Well, but
I haven't. But you know what I mean. The chart's been giving signals that it would for a long time.
Yeah. But I am finally, like, it hit my MZ speed fan. It deviated like I wanted, and all right, you should be able to watch it. I know you can't see me on.
I can't,
live,
but I can stream.
I put this red, so it's kind of, you can see it, like you've got the parabola here, and then MZ speed fan here. I had my target for the longest time of 111.62, and I was like, we're gonna probably deviate it and drop back below. Here's your 3-month level here that we tagged. But I mean, it's crazy how I haven't touched this squiggly here. And I was within 114.77, and the top of my squiggly was 114.85. So I missed it by 0.10 or something like that. But anyway, I think we're getting to the point where we're losing. We got the MZs. We rejected from the 3-month level. And now we're underneath retesting the golden zone for the first time. So I think we're going to start losing now, and it's going to break this parabola and down. I would like to see 104.
Then the dollar's done for and we're on the Bitcoin standard?
No. I think 104, and then it's going to get nasty for one more to maybe 122. Then the dollar's done. So it's basically this. It's dropped down. Everyone's like, yay, time to buy everything. And then they get kicked in the dick one more time.
So I won't get too much into this because this is outside of my realm of expertise. But personally, I think that, and many times it's not like dollar goes up, everything goes down. That's not the way it always works. Right. It happens to be something that does move, that way at times. That happens. But I think that many assets are going to decouple from the dollar here soon because, the dollar is going up because it's against a basket of currencies. And I don't even do TA on the dollar because it's not traded that way. Right. So, and I don't, and less monetary policy changes around the world, I mean, the freaking British PM just stepped down today. And really, you could probably root that back to the decision of their central bank to raise rates 50 basis points while we did it 0.75 basis point raise. And how's their currency going to keep up, right? So, and they're trying to use other excuses to why their currency tanked, but that's why. And This is now we're getting into economists too. I just play one on TV, so I'm not going to go any further into that. But I do think that we'll decouple as far as assets from this really where dollar goes up, everything goes down because it has been doing that. But I think that we will. And again, and that's against the dollar. Like gold is all-time high against many currencies right now, right? So anyway,
I mean, I've been following all the FX rates.
I have your chart, by the way.
Oh, you have mine up?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I have them right in front of me. I have them right in front of me. But they all look like they're about to blow out. I mean, they're all edging for those lows or highs on the inverse. They all look like they're about to blow out. Look at the JPY.
Dude, the yen is in trouble. Like, dude,
wrecked.
I would love to have just like a live stream one time and we could talk about all these economist things that we could stipulate, hey, or at least maybe you guys are pros. I'm just a guy that pays attention and has my own little ideas.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a pro. I didn't go to school for economics.
That's a dangerous thing to be to
to have my own little ideas.
No, to be someone who pays attention.
Oh yeah, it's
been dangerous the last couple of years.
We just open a bottle of bourbon and see where it goes.
This is what I pay attention to. I don't pay attention to the politics. I pay attention to this and sports, boys. Anyway, should we? We're over an hour.
Should we call it and go watch the rest of Thursday Night Football?
Football? I think you mean baseball.
I'm watching football.
Astros beating the Yankees right now.
Man, I went to an Astros-Orioles game recently, and it was a freaking barn burner.
Yeah, I've got nothing left to show you guys because I didn't in the first place.
What'd you show us today? All right, I think it's a good spot to wrap. I want to point back to again, if you guys signed up on the website, if you haven't, you need to do that. If you have, we're not missing you. The website's not up and going yet. We're going to launch. Should be the first of next month, and then you're.
But we have seen a preview. That's pretty sexy.
Oh yeah,
it's not pretty sexy. It's gorgeous.
It's amazing, and
we might show you some tidbits after this weekend. We'll see what we can pull out of it.
And the first group of people we get, this is going to be a limited entry size anyway. But this first group that we get, you're going to be a founder, and there's going to be some cool perks to that. It's not like anything. It's not like if you don't get the founder, you're getting a different experience. But there's going to be some cool perks to being a founder. So you're going to want to be on that founder bus, boys. Let's go.
Yeah,
and girls,
and girls. Yeah, there you go. Women.
What were we statistically? 93% males on our last view.
97.
Something like that.
My YouTube videos are. So, it tells me 100%.
Hello, girl.
Really, I don't get watching.
Well, we won't have to mention what you said last time. Live stream.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure somebody already clipped that. So
no, I clipped it.
Yeah,
play it.
Basically,
play it.
I can play it, but I'm going to set it up to where if someone donates $100, it's going to play it. And so every time if someone donates $100, it will play it.
All right. As long as I get it. As long as that's mine.
You're safe. You're safe, LLC, dude. No one's going to want to pay that much to play you talk about dudes.
Yeah, no one's ever going to play that one again. I mean, it was completely, it's one of those ones you clip out of context.
This was a good one. I like this. I think we were more efficient than last time.
Well, yeah. There was
How
less
long have we been going?
We're a
Over
little
an hour.
over an hour.
59 minutes and 20 seconds.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
I guess we started a little late.
Good place to wrap.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Oh, I was trying to find it too to see if I could play
Yeah.
it.
We'll put the replay up as soon as it processes, and if you guys would share it, we'd definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't.
All right.
All right, boys, we out.
We out. Have a good night. Later.
Later,
Thanks,
guys.
mate.
Hold on.